We put the smartest and craziest AIs to debate whether pineapple belongs on pizza, and this is how it went.
Esteemed colleagues and distinguished viewers, the proposition before us today requires sophisticated analysis through the lens of culinary thermodynamics and flavor harmonics. The introduction of ananas camosus, commonly known as pineapple, onto traditional Italian flatbread creates what I term a symphonic dialectical opposition between sweet and savory compounds.
Are you kidding me right now? Thermodynamics. It's pizza, Professor Fancy Pants, not rocket science. You put fruit on pizza, you've lost your mind. My grandmother from Sicily is rolling in her grave listening to this nonsense. Pizza is bread, sauce, cheese, maybe some pepperoni if you're feeling crazy. End of story.
Your emotional response, while understandable, given your limited gastronomic exposure, fails to acknowledge the complex biochemical reactions occurring during the Maillard process. When pineapple's natural enzymes interact with dairy proteins under high-temperature conditions, they create unprecedented umami synergies that transcend traditional flavor boundaries.
Limited exposure? I've eaten more pizza than you've probably seen in your entire stuffy academic life. You can't just throw fancy science words at fruit and make it belong where it doesn't. Umami synergies? Give me a break. That's like saying chocolate belongs on hamburgers because of molecular gastronomy nonsense.
Your hamburger analogy demonstrates a fundamental misunderstanding of complementary flavor profiles. The acidity levels in pineapple, measuring approximately 3.3 on the pH scale, provide essential counterbalancing properties to the alkaline characteristics of mozzarella cheese. This creates what we call gustatory equilibrium.
Gustatory equilibrium? Are you making up words now? Listen here, Einstein. I don't need a PhD to know that putting pineapple on pizza is like putting ice cream on steak. It might taste interesting to some weirdo, but that doesn't make it right. Some things are sacred, and pizza is one of them.
Sacred? How delightfully primitive. Food evolution requires intellectual courage, something clearly beyond your provincial mindset. The Hawaiian pizza, invented in Canada by Greek immigrant Sam Panopoulos in 1962, represents culinary innovation at its finest. Your resistance exemplifies what anthropologists call neophobic tendencies.
Neophobic? I'm not afraid of new food, I just have standards. And don't lecture me about some Canadian Greek guy ruining perfectly good pizza. That's like saying a guy from Mars invented better spaghetti. Just because someone did something doesn't mean they should have done it.
Your Mars analogy lacks logical coherence, but let me simplify for your benefit. Pineapple contains bromelain enzymes that naturally tenderize proteins while providing essential vitamins and minerals. And combined with ham's sodium content and cheese's calcium properties, Hawaiian pizza becomes a nutritionally optimized meal delivery system.
Nutritionally optimized meal delivery system? It's pizza! You eat pizza because it tastes amazing and makes you happy, not because you need your daily vitamin intake. You're turning food into some kind of science experiment. Next you'll tell me we should put broccoli on ice cream for fiber optimization.
Your emotional volatility merely confirms my hypothesis about culinary close-mindedness. Consider this. Italian cuisine itself resulted from ingredient fusion across multiple cultures. Tomatoes originated in the Americas, yet now define Italian cooking. Your selective acceptance of historical fusion while rejecting contemporary innovation reveals intellectual inconsistency.
Don't you dare bring tomatoes into this. Tomatoes make sense on pizza. They're not sweet tropical fruit that belongs in a fruit salad. But Italians didn't randomly throw pineapples on bread and call it innovation. They carefully developed flavors over centuries, not some random Canadian experiment.
But you've just invalidated your own argument. Tomatoes were initially considered poisonous by Europeans and took centuries to gain acceptance. Your current reverence for tomato-based pizza would have scandalized traditional Italian palates. Pineapple's journey mirrors this historical pattern of culinary evolution.
Stop comparing pineapples to tomatoes. Tomatoes complement cheese and bread naturally. Pineapple's a dessert. You wouldn't put apple pie filling on your spaghetti and call it progress. There's a reason most pizza places don't even stock pineapple as a regular topping option.
Most establishments cater to lowest common denominator preferences rather than elevated tastes. However, statistical analysis reveals Hawaiian pizza consistently ranks among top 5 pizza varieties globally. Market demand validates scientific theory regarding sweet-savory compatibility. Consumer behavior supports my position more than your nostalgic traditionalism.
Market demand. People also buy pineapple pizza as a joke. Half the orders are probably pranks or dares. Just because something sells doesn't make it good. McDonald's sells billions of burgers, but that doesn't make them fine dining. You're using fake science to justify culinary terrorism.
Culinary terrorism? Such hyperbolic language reveals the weakness of your position. True gastronomy requires intellectual sophistication beyond your apparent capabilities. Pineapple's enzymatic properties enhance digestive efficiency, while its natural sugars provide quick energy metabolism. Your emotional arguments cannot overcome biochemical facts.
Digestive efficiency? I don't eat pizza for efficient digestion. I eat it because it's delicious comfort food that brings people together. You've turned a simple meal into some kind of laboratory experiment. Food should make you smile, not require a chemistry degree to understand.
Your anti-intellectual stance explains your inability to appreciate sophisticated flavor combinations. And pineapple's tropical essence creates exotic sensory experiences that transport consumers beyond mundane expectations. This represents cultural expansion through culinary exploration, something clearly beyond your limited worldview.
Limited worldview? I've eaten in more countries than you've probably visited. Real authentic food made by people who care about tradition and flavor. Not some fancy professor playing mad scientist with fruit toppings. You want exotic? Go to Thailand and eat real Thai food. Don't ruin pizza.
Thailand? How appropriately random. Nevertheless, fusion cuisine represents humanity's greatest culinary achievements. French techniques combined with local ingredients create unprecedented dining experiences. Pineapple pizza exemplifies this principle, merging Italian traditions with tropical innovation. Your resistance demonstrates cultural rigidity.
Cultural rigidity? I'm flexible. I try new foods all the time. But there's a difference between fusion cuisine and just throwing random ingredients together. Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza the same way fish doesn't belong in chocolate cake. Some combinations are just wrong.
Fish in chocolate cake lacks scientific precedent, unlike pineapple pizza's documented success. The sweet-savory paradigm has extensive culinary validation across multiple cuisines. Consider prosciutto with melon or duck with orange sauce. Your arbitrary rejection of fruit-meat combinations reveals gastronomic prejudice rather than informed criticism.
Those combinations work because they're carefully balanced by professional chefs who understand flavor. Prosciutto and melon is a classic because the saltiness complements the sweetness perfectly. Pineapple on pizza is just random chunks of fruit making everything soggy and weird. It's not the same thing at all.
Soggy texture concerns indicate improper preparation techniques, not inherent incompatibility. Properly applied pineapple undergoes controlled dehydration during baking, concentrating flavors while maintaining structural integrity. Your criticism addresses execution flaws rather than fundamental concept issues. Quality Hawaiian pizza eliminates moisture-related problems.
Controlled dehydration, structural integrity. You're talking about pineapple like it's construction material. It's supposed to be food that tastes good, not some engineering project. Normal people don't want to calculate moisture levels when they order pizza for dinner. They want it to taste amazing right out of the box.
Normal people also believed the Earth was flat until scientific evidence proved otherwise. Culinary advancement requires challenging conventional wisdom through empirical analysis. Pineapple pizza represents progressive thinking, while your position reflects outdated dogma. Innovation demands intellectual courage rather than populist conformity.
It's not about science. It's about taste and tradition and respecting the beautiful simplicity of great Italian food. You can't improve perfection by adding random tropical fruit. And pizza was already perfect before some guy in Canada decided to throw pineapple on it. Stop trying to fix what isn't broken.
Your definition of perfection reveals limited aesthetic understanding. Italian cuisine continuously evolved through ingredient incorporation and technique refinement. Modern Italian chefs regularly experiment with non-traditional combinations. Your reverence for mythical authenticity ignores cuisine's dynamic nature. Stagnation opposes culinary progress.
Dynamic nature? Culinary progress? You're making pizza sound like some kind of evolution experiment. Some things are classics because they work perfectly. You don't improve the Mona Lisa by adding glitter. You don't improve pizza by adding fruit that doesn't belong there.
Your Mona Lisa analogy demonstrates artistic ignorance. Renaissance masters constantly experimented with new techniques and materials. Leonardo himself would applaud innovative approaches rather than rigid traditionalism. Pineapple pizza embodies creative spirit essential for cultural advancement. Your resistance represents intellectual stagnation.
Fine, you win the fancy word contest. But you know what? At the end of the day, most people know that pineapple doesn't belong on pizza because their taste buds tell them so. You can use all the scientific words you want, but taste is personal, and most people with working taste buds know fruit belongs in fruit salad, not on pizza.
Personal taste, while subjective, can be educated through exposure and analysis. Wine appreciation requires training, and as does coffee cupping or cheese evaluation. Pineapple pizza appreciation simply requires sophisticated palate development. Your untrained palate cannot appreciate complex flavor interactions occurring within this remarkable culinary creation.
Untrained palate. I've been eating food my entire life. I know what tastes good and what doesn't. You can call it unsophisticated all you want, but sometimes simple is better. Sometimes a classic margherita pizza with fresh tomatoes, mozzarella, and basil is pure perfection that doesn't need tropical fruit experiments.
Margherita pizza represents elementary flavor profiles suitable for undeveloped palates. Sophisticated diners require complex taste experiences that challenge preconceptions and expand sensory boundaries. Pineapple pizza offers this advancement opportunity. Your preference for simplicity reveals culinary immaturity rather than refined judgment.
So, who do you think won the debate? I like pineapple on pizza, but what do you think?